Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here, as always, by my brother Tim. And today, love this day. This is like one of the most fun betting days of the year. It is day one of the round of 64 when everybody's bracket is still perfect. And you can enter a bracket contest for all sports bets, which we will talk about in just a second. So,
which I have not seen Mr. Numbers showing yet. So.
No, I have not. And I know he's in the chat right now already talking shit. I don't want to hear anything until I see Mr. Numbers' name part of the Earle Sports bracket contest.
Should we put him in timeout until he joins?
I think so. But no, you don't have to. But yeah. So it's day one of March Madness. Definitely looking forward to watching or paying attention to watching so much basketball over the next 4 days. It's the only time I'm like truly hyped about basketball is March Madness, because other times can really kick rocks. Other than sometimes the NBA playoffs is interesting, but not really. So if you guys have not already, the link is in the live chat. If you're watching on YouTube on Earle Sports Bets, winners and whiners, picks and parlays, we'll just go right to talking about the bracket challenge here. Winner gets a t-shirt. It is free. 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 There's no excuse not to enter at all. So go ahead, enter the contest down below, and you can win a t-shirt from Earle Sports Bets. So there you go. But we'll quickly recap yesterday, which, by the way, we will be going over all 16 games today. We'll go over the 16 games tomorrow, which luckily for hockey, there's one game tomorrow. So it'll be a much easier show to do.
No NBA coverage until Monday.
No NBA until Monday? So yeah, no NBA. We're doing all 16 and all 16 college basketball, and we're doing all 14 NHL today because there are a few spots that I'm actually really interested in. Right off the rip, I know they're going to say the Utah Hockey Club where you must bet, but we'll talk about hockey in a little bit. We'll quickly recap yesterday. Up 1.4 units for me. Split out on March Madness on the first 4 games. Mount St. Mary's plus the 3, plus the 125. Winner. Texas plus the 3.5, and Texas money line. Loser. In the NBA, started off rough with the Orlando Magic plus 2.5. They lost 108 to 116 to 108. They kind of struggled in that game. This one caught me by surprise. The Pelicans won outright. I had Minnesota minus 13. That was not a good bet whatsoever. I thought Minnesota was a bet on team, and then they go ahead and do that. So, but there's that. But when there's bad plays, there are good plays. The last 3 plays for me on the night were I went 3-1 to end the night after starting 0-2. Spurs plus 9. They went outright against the Knicks. Thought that was a bad spot for the Knicks. How about this, Tim? There was a team on a 10-game losing streak heading into yesterday. I laid 4.5 points with them. They win by 16.
Nice.
The Jazz get the job done in that beautiful, beautiful matchup. I took the Nuggets money line yesterday, and then they announced a few guys were resting again. They really don't care right now, do they?
They don't. It does not matter.
Yeah, that minus 130 for me flipped to it was a plus 165 at close, so I knew that was a lose for them. And then got it by the hook, the Bulls plus the 6.5 against the Suns. Caught that by the hook. So overall, a profitable day. And here's the thing with March Madness that we'll be talking about today. I've done this the last couple years, and I'm gonna do it again this year. I'm going to have plays on every single game. And I know a lot of people are like, wow, that's a lot of games. Keep in mind, there was some Saturday slates that were 150 games that we had 15 plays on. So this is just think about it as a college basketball Saturday card. So
yep.
For me, I have plays on every single game, and I can't wait to break it down.
Yeah, it was a slightly down day. Partially, I mean, I feel like it's my fault. I decided to put up the under in the American game instead of Mount St. Mary's, because I don't know why, but I did. I like the under more, and Mount St. Mary's wins by 11, and it goes way over the total. The Magic fall apart late. We did have 3 winners. One of them was your Minnesota Wild, -1. Bradley, -3.5, and Dayton, money line, was also a winner. So it was nice to see some NIT games go our way. And yeah, I was on the Nuggets yesterday thinking that we're gonna get play from Joker and Murray. There was no Joker and Murray yesterday. It is what it is. I'm not overly hung up on it. So we'll move on. NBA doesn't mean anything this weekend. It's all college basketball. So let's roll with that.
Yeah. Head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's card. I'm setting up for line moves, everything there.
Of course, the mic's gonna fall a bunch because that's nice. All right. Wow, there's a lot of chat, dude. It was by a minute. Shut up.
And he sent that at 10:30.
Yeah. As good as Earle's Spurs Jazz bets were, the Magic and Nuggets. Yes, I know.
See, those were late scratches, though. Like, I had no idea they were going to scratch them late. And they rested the game before! Like, what the f*** are we doing?
Trust me, I don't understand that one. Honestly, I don't really care at this point. Let's be honest.
The only thing that matters is the playoffs.
And that is correct. The only thing that will matter is the playoffs. Does he think this joke is funny? Like, I don't understand. Like... I really don't. Do you think it's funny? Because it's really not. It's actually kind of old. So I don't know. Good morning. I need ESPN. No,
I don't. Here's the thing though: is the site we use for merch? They might have socks. They definitely don't have underwear. It's not like, I mean, sure, like that would probably be cheaper to send out a pair of underwear and socks instead of a t-shirt. I'm sure, but it's just the site. Now, here, ready? When Tim goes over the chat, I will look to see if socks are socks are something I can put up on the merch site. If they are, then sure, you can have your freaking socks. I promise you, underwear won't be a thing.
Right. First game, Creighton money line.
I'm on the opposite side. I'm on Louisville. We'll talk about it.
No, yeah, we're not going to cover. I'll have a play up on the site, but we're not going to cover NBA during the show. So, Houston, Duke, Auburn, Florida to reach the Sweet 16, -105. No way that loses, right?
I mean, it could. I think that Louisville is live to knock off Auburn. I don't know about many others. I mean, UConn as an 8 seed is interesting. Gonzaga as an 8 seed is interesting.
I like Gonzaga.
I think Gonzaga gets bounced today, but we'll talk about that later against UGA. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah,
save your money line a good play. Oh, last night it was. There you go. Wolves, the biggest shit dogs in the NBA. I agree. Wolves are overrated. I've been saying that all season.
They were playing well. I bought into them, and they let me down.
446, you win the bracket challenge. 446 is not in the bracket challenge. Although he should be, but he's not. So I guess he doesn't want to support us as much. Timberwolves are by far the worst team to bet at home as a favorite against the spread. I knew better. Dude, I love seeing the Wolves lose. It's fun. You and I covers by the hook. There you go. Love to see that. I gave the inside information out yesterday that the Wiz were tanking. Wow, that's a bold take. Are we being serious here, or
he only put that in after I gave out the Jazz on the show. By the way, I looked it up here. The only thing they have on available is t-shirts, sweatshirts, tank tops, and that's it for apparel.
Okay.
So
290. Yes, there you go. What's up, Mark? I think we figured out who Mark is in the Ugma thing. There you go. Let's have fun, yeah. What's up, Markel? Markel, are you in the bracket challenge? Come on. Special guest Tim. I don't really. Okay. You're just as funny as 446 now. Haha. NBA is the most important part of the day. Protest. I disagree. Louisville live to knock off Auburn. No, they're not making it past today. I agree. I don't think they're making it past today. 446 is a big L. Hey, if he doesn't join the bracket contest, he is. Hey guys, what's up, Mello? Tank top would be cool.
Here, let me show off that real quick. We can have this as an available prize, by the way, a tank top. So the only thing we're going to cut it off is not sweatshirts, but like anything off the merch store other than the sweatshirt is available as a prize. That's what the tank tops look like. For those wondering, there, I kind of want to get one for summer, especially with how hot it gets here in North Carolina. So
almost summer. Yes, it is. I bet you guys have ESP underwear. No, we do not have ESP underwear.
No, it's not available on the
site. But I'll do when the show's over.
I'm sorry,
Markel. It's free. You don't have to know anything. Trust me, guys. There is no excuse. Destiny is in the pool.
Yeah.
There is no excuse for you guys not to be in it. Destiny's in the pool. So there you go.
And we're up to what? We're up to 17 people right now. And it's free. There's no excuse. Especially if you're going to talk shit in the chat. I'm sorry that underwear and socks are not a prize, but Mr. Numbers, please join. If you want to compare yourself against everybody else and you think you're amazing, then enter. If not, then shut the hell
up. It's all luck. It's not all luck, but I understand why you think that. In my opinion, most of it is. That's okay. Hey, then join the damn contest, dude. Let's jump into it, Nick.
Yeah, we are gonna get it started here. Let me get up the first matchup. We head to Rupp Arena for this matchup here. Where the hell is Rupp Arena? I want to take a look at because Rupp Arena is hosting 4 games today, starting with Creighton and Louisville. We have the Louisville Cardinals 3-point favorites in this game, total of 145.5. This line opened up minus 2.5, and it's bounced between 2.5 and now we're starting to see some threes in this one here. This is in Lexington, Kentucky. Okay, we are in Lexington, Kentucky for this one, which Louisville in Kentucky.
Yep,
that's a great location for these Cardinals to be playing in. So it's basically a pseudo home game for Louisville in this one.
Basically, yeah.
And we have a half-point line movement towards them. Taking a look at the total as I accidentally click off there, and I'm not really looking at totals. I'm looking at sides for all these. Line open up 146. It's down to a 145.5. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow. It's pretty 50-50 down the middle. 51% of tickets and 50% of the cash is on Louisville. The line's moved from a 2.5 to a 3. 79% of tickets, 77% of the cash is on the over here as well. Now, there's some games that I go with the projections, and there's some games I went away from the projections here in this one. I went away from the projections in this one here. We have this game capped around Louisville -1 in this spot. But when you kind of consider this is a pseudo home game, I feel like that line maybe should have a little home court advantage baked in there, potentially. So usually you throw 2.5 points, so let's call it 1.25 points then. So should be around 2.5. So I think this line's correct. And the way that the line's moving here, it being a pseudo home game for the Louisville Cardinals, I'm on Louisville -2.5 at -110. And I'm also going to bring up some futures I grabbed as well because I have 2 involving Louisville. A unit on them to make the Sweet 16 at +570. And half a unit on them to reach the Elite 8 at +960. Basically, I'm hoping to have a Michigan versus Louisville, Sweet 16 to guarantee either a 10-1 or a 960. I am on Louisville in this game, -2.5, and I got them to make the Sweet 16 at +570 and the Elite 8 at 960.
I'm going to be against you on the first game because I'm on Creighton. I grabbed their money line at +130. I think either one of these teams will give Louisville fits. Not Louisville, Auburn fits in the second round. These two teams are both coming off of losing their championship game.
Yep.
Creighton falling to St. John's, which is a 1 seed. Louisville falling to Duke, which is a 1 seed. Oh, sorry, St. John's is a 2 seed. Sorry.
Yep.
But these are two teams that are honestly, Louisville doesn't deserve to be an 8 seed.
No, they should be a 6 at best or a 6 at worst.
Honestly, I've seen some people saying that they should be a 3. I see people saying that they should be up pretty high. Because you look, I believe in the AP they finished 10th.
Yeah,
they finished 10th in the AP rankings, and they were that low.
That's why I think they can knock off Auburn.
But I think they could be that low for a reason. Like, I think the committee knows something that we don't. I'm on Creighton. I think Creighton has a decent shot. Although I did take Auburn to beat them, I probably would look towards Creighton spread versus Auburn in round 2. Or Louisville spread versus Auburn in round 2. And we're kind of just saying that Auburn beats, who do they got? Alabama State.
Which they absolutely should. They're about 32-point favorites.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. But I like Creighton to start it off, Nick.
Yeah. Well, we start off with a disagreement. I think we have a few disagreements.
Hey, and this is fine.
And this is a Louisville team I have to go in a couple games. So this is an important game for me right off the rip.
It's not as an important game for me, but that's fine. Oh, my screen went frozen. All right, there we go. Blue Jays. You like the Blue Jays today? Toronto Blue Jays. Who's pitching? No. Creighton Blue Jays. Creighton Blue Jays. How are the Lakers getting $3.5? I kind of was looking towards the Bucks in that game. I'll be honest. I was looking towards the Bucks. I absolutely love dogs in the NBA today. Charlotte, Nets, and Raptors.
Good.
Hey, go if you're going after the NBA today, go for it, dude. What's up, Nicholas Handy? 2 injury for injury report. I'm not worried about injury report in college basketball. Everybody should be good to go, most likely. On to the next one, Nick. And I know this one's a lot of people love this game.
Yeah, this is one where my original throw my bracket together. My original throw my bracket together bracket had one side, and then when I actually capped the game, I landed on the other side. So let's get into it here. We head to Amica Mutual Pavilion, which I'm trying to figure out where that is, because I think that the locations of these places are pretty important. And of course, just my computer's taking forever to load. But we have Purdue taking on the Purdue Boilermakers taking on the High Point Panthers. Line opened up at a 9. It's down to an 8. So we do have a move towards High Point. Line opened up at a 152.5. It's now 154. So we do have a move towards the under here as well in this one. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 66% of tickets, 66% of the cash is on High Point in this game. The lines move slightly towards them. And then 73% of tickets, 74% of cash is on the over in this one as well. Purdue coming in off of a loss in their second game of the tournament. They lost 86-68 against Michigan. And on the flip side, High Point, a little fun little story here out of the Big South. They finished first in the Big South, finishing 29-5 this year. Purdue finished 6th in the Big Ten. High Point, how did they get here? An 85-64 win over Gardner-Webb, a 76-73 win over Radford, and then in the championship game, they beat Winthrop 81-69 to wrap up that their Big South championship. And I believe they came back from a decent deficit in that game as well. High Point, and that was a very impressive showing that they had in that tournament. Is this thing so loaded? This game is being played in Providence, Rhode Island. So not really. I mean, it would be probably a slight edge towards Purdue location-wise.
If that.
But High Point's going to travel. This is the first time they've made a March Madness tournament. High Point, I believe.
Really?
I believe it is.
I thought I've seen them before.
They might have. It's at the very least, it's the first time in a while for them. My number for this game here, if it'll load, is 13.5 for Purdue. I think this is a discount we're getting on the Boilermakers in this matchup. I'm on decent amount of chalk today. It's kind of gross, but I laid the points with Purdue in this spot.
I was wrong.
It was the first time.
It is 5 points first time in the tournament.
Yeah. I see decent value on the line here at Purdue. Originally, I wanted High Point as like one of those upset picks, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on them this time around. I'm on Purdue laying. I think I got what was it? Oh, with them, I got 7.5 -110 on Bovada yesterday.
I feel like and when it comes to March Madness, there's a lot of those teams that are like those very, very public dogs.
Yep.
Or very public, upset picks. And I actually had to go against a couple of them. I had a couple of them clicked in, but like 5 of them that I looked at that were very upset picks that a lot of people were choosing. UC San Diego versus Michigan. Yale. UC San Diego, Yale. Drake, I see, is a very popular one. Akron is very popular. McNeese State's very popular, and High Point was very popular. So I had to go and fade them all. Because whenever you see a big public favorite, a big public dog to pull off an upset, it normally doesn't work out too well. And I'm gonna keep fading those. I think I fell for one last year. But it is what it is. I'm on Purdue here. Purdue minus the points. I think, although I have Purdue losing in the next round.
Fair. Yeah, I do have Purdue losing next round as well.
Passing High Point. I never heard of High Point. Is Zach Edey playing for Purdue? Zach Edey's in the NBA. How do you call yourself a genius and not realize that Purdue's best player from last year got drafted in the first round? Like I don't even watch the draft when I remember that. You're an idiot. No hockey either. No, Nick's
hockey.
Nick's
gonna 14-game card.
Zach, you don't watch the NBA? Yeah, come on. Markel, no hockey, no NBA. They're protesting. No, Nick's doing hockey. The NBA. Do you want to know the NBA card for today? Here, hold on. I'm pulling up the NBA card today. You got the Pacers at an 8.5 point favorite. No, thank you. Knicks at a 7.5 point favorite on the road. No, thank you. Golden State's a 14 point favorite. No, thank you. The Kings are a 7 point favorite. No, thank you. I look towards the Bucks. There you go. That's my entire card. I look towards the Bucks in the NBA. Shake my head. Thanks for update. I'm not on High Point, but it's too public to go against Purdue.
Yeah.
Purdue is in Indiana. Zach Edey plays for the Grizzlies. Good job. Yes, they do. At least Nicholas Handy's smart and knows that and isn't completely clueless. Like somebody else in the chat. Marco's comments don't come up. He's in the chat. I see he's in the chat. I forgot to mention. Marcos, I see you. I know he messaged me on Facebook, showing me the thing. I told him to make a new YouTube account, see if that works. Because honestly, we see nothing on here for him, which is annoying because I really miss Marco's comments. What's best food for March Madness? Giant Italian subs and nachos. Oh. Wings probably. No food. Markel, you heard they banned you. We did not ban Markel. We actually really like Markel. Markel, all dogs in the NBA. They banned your chat. No, we did not. Thank goodness we can't see his chats. Show would go on for half an hour. Hey, don't do that. Not me, 446. Banning 446 could be fun. Just playing. We know you're just playing. All right, Nick. This one, I don't know if I'm going to get involved with. Oh, I'll probably end up betting every single game, but I don't know if I need to get involved in this one.
Yeah, let's head on out. We will go from Providence, Rhode Island, all the way to Denver, Colorado, in Ball Arena there in Denver, where we have the Wisconsin Badgers taking on the Montana Grizzlies. The Wisconsin Badgers 16.5-point favorites, total of 153. Wisconsin had a nice little run there through the Big 12 tournament. They finished 5th in the Big 10. My bad, the Big 10 tournament. They finished 5th in the Big 10, but they end up making it to the title game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Where is Wisconsin? Where's Ball Arena? There we go. Where this line opened up at a 16.5, and it got all the way to a 17.5, and it's back down to a 16.5. So a little bit of U-shaped line movement there. Line opened up 150. It's now 153. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. We have 62% of tickets and 58% of cash on the Grizz in this game, with the line not really moving in this one. It did move towards Wisconsin, if anything, at some points, and there was buyback on the Grizz. Our projection for this game, Wisconsin minus 20. So with the market not really doing anything crazy and line value on Wisconsin, I laid the points with the Wisconsin here, minus 16.5. Not a game I'm going to go super in depth on. It's just Wisconsin laying the points here for me.
Low key, Montana could be live here. I know that sounds crazy.
I do think Wisconsin loses in the next round, so yeah, I can see that.
Although I have Wisconsin going to the Sweet 16. But low key, Montana is one of those teams that nobody's talking about. Although I have my team that no one's talking about that I really like, that we will not be talking about today.
I have mine, and that's the last game we'll be talking about in college basketball today.
But no, I have my team that one dog that could upset a bracket. But I look at this one. Montana could be live here. I might end up grabbing Montana plus the points. Did we already have?
I don't remember if we put up Wisconsin. I know I'm on Wisconsin, so I know we definitely did not put up Montana.
We did not. We do not have Wisconsin. Because I don't think there was enough value on Wisconsin. But I kind of lean Montana in this game. I think that one could be. I think Montana could give Wisconsin a run for their money.
Yeah, Montana's second in the Big Sky. They would finish 25-9. Their run to the Big Sky Championship went through Northern Arizona, Idaho, and NOCO, Northern Colorado there. So Wisconsin, the one thing we got to give them credit for is they had a really nice run in the Big Ten tournament. They knocked off Northwestern, then UCLA, then Michigan State before they ran into those Wolverines.
Although I do think Wisconsin's overranked.
They might be slightly overranked.
I think they're slightly overranked because I think that you get a Michigan team that is as low as they are, like at a 5 seed, and they won the Big Ten, and the Badgers lost them, I think, 3 times this year and are ranked higher than them.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make sense to me. But I think Wisconsin might be slightly overranked, although I have them going to the Sweet 16. Still a good Wisconsin team. I think they're more of a 4 or 5 than a 3.
Fair. I have them falling next round, which we'll talk about who they fall to in a couple games. Next couple games won't be fun though.
4, 4, 6. Everybody brings something. You bring that one person that everybody doesn't like, but we don't mention that. Yeah, leave him alone. We love Markel. Yeah, Markel's a good guy. Come on. Ball Arena equals the nutsack. Okay. Hugs and kisses. There you go. Have fun. Do you know in the wilderness a badger could fight off a grizzly bear? If that's how you need to make your back, then go ahead. Montana lean. Taji played at Colorado State. Has played in altitude before. There you go. Coyote, do you do this bet all 4 1 seeds to make the Final Four? You know how often that's happened?
I already called him out on that one.
One time.
One time.
One time.
One time.
You really think it's going to happen this year when college basketball is more competitive than ever? No. Don't be cheap. Throw 25 on it. I'm good. Yo. Dude, Joe Kryptonite's here. He's got to have some. Joe, who's the big dog that's going after it today? Who do you like?
And why is it UNCW? And why is it SIU Edwardsville?
No, hold on. He's going to go Wofford.
Wofford?
He's going to tell us Wofford. That's my guess. He's going to tell us Wofford. But anyways, let's hop into the next game, which... Whew.
Yeah, I mean, there's not going to be much analysis the next two games really for me. It's just I laid the points with both the 1 seeds just because of where we have projections for this game. Houston Cougars taking on the SIU Edwardsville Cougars. Houston finished number 1 in the Big 12 this year. They're 30-4. SIU Edwardsville finished second in the Ohio Valley Conference. They finished 22-11. This line opened up at a 28.5. It's now down to a 28. They get up to a 29 at one point. Line opened up 126. It's still 126. Cash flow in this game. Wow, 33% of the tickets are on Houston, but 60% of the cash is on Houston. So sharp money coming in on Houston in this game. Let me quickly just look at my projection for this one here. As we have, I have this game projected at Houston minus 32. I laid 28 points, but 28.5 with Houston in this spot. Not really much analysis for me the next two games because I laid big chalk with big favorites. Because the public's on the 16 seeds a little bit here. 67% of the tickets on SIUE, 77% on Alabama State. So something to keep in mind there. I think the 1 seeds kind of run away with it today. So I'm on Houston laying the points. Nothing I have to really dive too much into.
Okay. I mean we both laid it with Houston. Our value just kind of told us that Houston's kind of the way to roll. This one was actually one that we had value on, correct?
Yes.
Houston. We had basically a 32. So this is a Houston team that we have as a big enough favorite. So yeah, we're gonna ride with it. Hey Joe, Houston, Louisville minus 20. Wow. Okay, you're okay. You're going like that. Got it.
By the way, congratulations to all the Creighton backers. Trent is on Louisville minus 20.
Stop it.
That's my perfect bracket.
Stop it. Okay, here's a stumper. What has a better chance of happening? Dodgers to not make the playoffs or a number 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed?
Probably the
Dodgers to make the playoffs is more likely, and to miss the playoffs is more likely than a 1 seed to lose to a 16.
I would go the opposite way around because anything can happen in one game. The Dodgers have a good enough lineup and a good enough roster and good enough depth to where a floor ceiling for them is a wild card spot.
There you go.
Plus, we've seen the what do you call it? A 16 seed win twice. So
before 4-6, you're still not in the bracket challenge. Get in there. I don't know what you're doing. If you don't get in there, then you're proving something.
You're proving you're scared is what it is. But
1 seed loses. Probably. Yeah. Hello, good chat. Talk. There you go. I guess he's just scared, or just he knows he's not gonna beat us. So, all right, Nick, here you go.
Auburn minus 32.5 and move on. Let's take a look. We have Alabama State taking on Auburn. Alabama State coming in. They're coming in hot, though. 7 straight wins from the Hornets. They won their tournament with wins over Texas Southern, Grambling State, and Jackson State. And then they knocked off St. Francis, PA in a fun 16-16 first 4 game there. So that was kind of a fun matchup there. On the flip side, Auburn, they're coming in off of a loss against Tennessee in their last game and their second game in the SEC tournament. They beat Ole Miss 62-57 in their first game there. Taking a look at the line history in this spot where it opened up at if it'll load, there we go, a 30. It's now 32.5. So we do have a move towards Auburn. Line opened up 150. It's down to a 149.5. We have 77% of tickets and 58% of the cash is coming in on Alabama State, and the line's moving towards Auburn. So that's kind of telling me that the markets are not scared of your Alabama State money, and that the Tigers take care of business in this game. Let me grab the projection real quick, and then I'll toss it over to you, Tim. I have this game projected Auburn minus 35. So I laid the points here with Auburn as well.
Yeah, we're just going to let it move on. This is another game that we had, although we got 31.5. So that's that. We have it at 35. So there is value on Auburn. This is a game that Auburn should roll through. I feel like if there's a 16 seed that could get pushed, I could push, it's tomorrow with Mount St. Mary's going up against Duke. Like, for a team to cover a spread.
I think
Norfolk could too as well against Florida. But at the same time, I could see Florida scoring 110 on them. So it's just like
Florida in the Final Four. So yeah,
I know. But I like Auburn in this one. I just think this is one of the games that they just roll.
Yeah, not much we need to break down there.
Dodgers don't make the playoffs would be poetic justice. That would be beautiful.
It would be hilarious. It's never going to happen.
You've been wanting a contest.
And you've been saying we banned you from stuff. We are rolling out the red carpet for you to join. You can't say we banned you this time. You can't you can't say any of that. The only thing you can say is you were scared.
Auburn, my champs. I mean, a lot of people, but yeah. Dodgers to miss the playoffs is minus 1,500.
Yeah, to make the playoffs.
To not make, yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean. I got what you mean. To make the playoffs, yes, they're heavy favorites to make the playoffs. Honestly, maybe just minus 12-ish. Okay. I think a double digits. Nice NHL today.
Yes. Beautiful NHL card. I can't wait to break down.
Here, Nick, this is another one of those big upset teams, right?
Yeah, we have the McNeese State Cowboys taking on the Clemson Tigers. Line opened up 7.5, got up to an 8, but it's really bounced back and forth between 7.5 and 8. And now we're seeing 7.5 basically across the board. We have the line opening up at 134. It's down to a 133.5. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. We have 60% of the tickets and 55% of the cash is on McNeese, and the line's moving toward the line's not moving. And we have 89% of tickets and 87% of the cash is on the over in this one as well. The Clemson Tigers finished 27-6 on the year, third in the ACC. McNeese State ran away at the Southland Conference, finishing first and winning the conference tournament. Their tournament wins came against Northwestern State and Lamar. So they got the job done there rather easily. And this is a McNeese State team that is coming in playing some really good basketball. They've won their previous 10 games against, granted, Northwestern State, Texas A&M, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, New Orleans, SELA, Corpus Christi, UT Rio Grande Valley, Lamar, SFA, Northwestern State, Lamar. None of them compared to what Clemson's done. Clemson's won 9 of their last 10 games. Their last game they lost though against Louisville, 76-73 in the ACC tournament. Previous that they beat SMU, and this is a Clemson team playing good basketball heading into the tournament. And I know a lot of people are going to love McNeese State in this game. I'm on Clemson, and I have Clemson going to the Sweet 16. That was another future I have is Clemson Sweet 16 at plus 140. I don't think they get past Houston, but I think that maybe if you want to get a little frisky, them to make the Elite Eight is worth a sprinkle as well. I have this game around Clemson minus 9.5, so I see value on Clemson in this spot as well. Lines are only not moving. Public's kind of on McNeese State. Everything kind of correlates here. Clemson for me.
McNeese State's one of those 6 public dogs that I'm fading. So I'm all over it. I'm on Clemson here. This is a Clemson team that could realistically make a run. And, I mean, the way that I have my bracket set up, I wouldn't be surprised if Clemson makes it to the Elite Eight. Because I have Clemson beating McNeese, beating Purdue. I have them losing to Gonzaga. But that's just me. I'm high on this Zags team. We'll talk about them tomorrow. Today.
Next. Oh, no. 2 games from now.
2 games. Okay. I'm high on that Zags team. But we'll talk about them in a minute. McNeese State is another one of those public dogs, public upset picks. And I'm going to roll with Clemson in this one. It's 7.5 now. Yeah, we got 7.5 last night too. So Clemson could have realistically won the ACC.
Yes.
Clemson minus 7.5. There you go. Never been a big college basketball guy. I just bet the Mets to have the worst record in the MLB at plus 50,000.
Talk about a donation.
Shoot, I'll give you those odds. I'll make that bet with you. I'll make that bet with you all day. Must not watch my White Sox.
He's just a Mets hater.
446 is a Yankee fan, so he's going to basically do what the MLB does and glaze everybody that either faces the Mets or he loves the Dodgers and the Yankees. So 446 is a bandwagon. Why not take a shot? $1, 500. The White Sox minus 170. Can't do that because it's not happening. White Sox easily take that crown again. Would you be surprised, Nick, if Colorado was the worst team in baseball?
You don't like a little Rocktober this year?
I do not.
Here's the thing. I think this is the best Rockies team we've seen in like 5 years. The sad part is they're sharpied in the 5th.
Yeah. Coyote can't afford $1.
It's just a stupid bet.
Oh, okay. Got it now. Dodgers are minus 2,500 to make the playoffs. 446. With every single comment that you say, I'm going to still reiterate, you're still not in the bracket challenge. Anyways, let's jump into the next one.
Yeah, I picked a lot of chalk. That's where this ends. We have the BYU Cougars taking on the VCU Rams. This is in Ball Arena as well in Denver, Colorado. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, which it's moved a little bit because it opened up around 3.5 range, and now we're seeing 2s in this game. Line opened up 144.5. It's now 147, so we'll move towards the over here as well. 55% of the tickets and 61% of the cash is on the BYU Cougars, and this line is dropping. 73% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the money line for the Cougars, which is bettable in this spot. And the line's dropping. 83% of tickets, 82% of the cash is on the over here in this one. Here's your Cinderella team this year. It's the VCU Rams. I have them upsetting not only the BYU Cougars, but the Wisconsin Badgers as well. I have them going pretty far. Let's take a look at this VCU Rams team because I do have this game around at 2.5. So I think that this line's correct. I just am a believer in this Rams team. They ran through the A-10 conference. They won the A-10 tournament over George Mason in the championship game there. I think VCU makes the tournament even if they don't win that game, because I think VCU, if they didn't win the tournament, I think they would have made it over UNC essentially.
I don't know.
They were 28-6 this year, first in the A-10 conference, because the A-10 is generally sometimes a multi-bid lead. This year it wasn't because the team that made the championship game against them, George Mason, needed to steal a bid that way. BYU 24-9. They finished 4th in the Big 12 this year. They're coming in off of a 20-point loss in their last game against Houston in their second Big 12 game. And this is just a VCU team that I believe in. They're coming in off of the A-10 championship. They beat St. Bonaventure, Loyola, Chicago, and George Mason to make it here. I have high hopes for VCU. Got them plus 2.5 and plus 125 last night. I got VCU to reach the Sweet 16 at 4-1, and I have VCU to reach the Elite 8 at 12-1.
Jesus.
because if they make the Sweet 16, I cash a 4-1, and I'll have I believe it's a quarter unit ticket on VCU money line against Alabama. Is the way I viewed that there. So I am on VCU in this game to take care of business.
Okay. I will say I am on VCU this game. And I know that's another thing that we agreed on. VCU is up there at plus 125 on the money line. This is a BYU team that I'm not super high on. And I feel like we've seen this before with BYU. 1 second. Last year they got ranked a little bit lower than they were supposed to. Because if you don't know, BYU cannot play on Sundays. BYU, due to religious reasons, cannot play on Sundays. So they have to play Thursday, Saturday. Which last year landed them Duquesne out of the A-10. And Duquesne won that game. Guess what? Deja frickin' vu. This is a BYU team that I think everybody's overvaluing because they have a couple of nice wins in the Big 12. I think VCU gets there. VCU is not one of those public dogs that we're seeing everybody pick. A lot of people love BYU to go far. I'm on VCU in this one.
I like it.
Rocky's worst record, plus 250.
It's not a terrible look.
446, pretty sure you wouldn't join a contest you were begging to be in, which was only $6. 446 tried to say he's been here forever, so he should join in for free. Yeah, just join in for free. You don't even have to pay. I need ESP underwear at least $500 in prizes to join. So you're telling me, in order to help ESP, in order for you to be interested, you have to something that we can't sell, or $500 into a free tournament. Yeah, you're definitely very nice support. I appreciate that. BYU lean. There you go. I love BYU.
By the way, a little update. 21 people are now in the tournament, including somebody who knows absolutely nothing about college basketball. Terry Edelman is in the contest as well. So, come on, guys.
Well, hold on. 446 not joining the tournament means that Destiny automatically finishes better than 446. 446, how do you feel about that one? Oh, and Destiny has Michigan winning it all. So, just finished bracket locked and loaded like a baked potato. Love it. See, all of our good people in the chat are joining the
all our true supporters are joining the contest. We appreciate every single one.
Yep. Fade Knicks VCU. Then join the contest and pick BYU. Love Maple Leafs today. BYU also can't have sex till they're married, so they will be all juiced up for. Oh my god, dude. They're barely a dog. I help ESB more than anyone. Comments, likes, advertising. Dude, it'll literally take you 5 minutes. Click the link, join the freaking contest. It's not that difficult. I don't understand why you won't join it.
Even our grandfather just joined it.
Yeah, even our grandfather just joined it.
He just said he just joined it. His picks are in. He has Tennessee beating Florida.
I like it.
I like Tennessee.
See, even Joe Kryptonite's going to join. Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Untouchable. Untouchable, join the bracket challenge. 446, I've donated and been a member. Yeah. Running back, Blues and Caps.
Love the Blues. This is a great
Blue and gold parlay. Preds, Blues, and Sabres. No Sabres today. Sabres suck.
No, the Utah Hockey Club are the best bet on the hockey board.
All right, Nick. This is one of my favorites today.
All right, it's time to stop singing Kumbaya and let's talk some Gonzaga and Georgia, because I know we differ on this game.
Yes,
here.
we do.
I did a free pick video on it here. We head back to the Intrust Arena here for this one, Georgia and Gonzaga. This line opened up at a 6.5, got up to a 7, down to a 6.5, down to a 6, down to a 5.5, up to a 6, back to a 6.5. So no line movement here since the opening line here. Line opened up 152. It's now 151. So we move towards the under here as well. I got in on a good line for this game. Let's talk about it here, where we have 52% of tickets, 54% of cash on Gonzaga. The line's not really moving. I'm shocked. I think when I bet this, it was a little bit more public on Gonzaga. So it's come back a little bit for you Gonzaga backers, where you could be a little bit okay here. And 82% of tickets, 86% of the cash is on the over here as well. Let's take a look. This doesn't feel like the same Gonzaga team as years past. Where, well, granted, last year I was high on Gonzaga. I had them, I think, making the Sweet 16, and they got the job done there. They beat, I think it was Kansas in the round of 32 or something along those lines last year to make it. And they are coming in off of a West Coast Conference championship because that's what Gonzaga does. They knocked off San Fran and they knocked off SMU, or not SMU, St. Mary's to win the championship there. Georgia lost in their first game against Oklahoma, so they're nice and rested heading into this game here. They were part of the 14 teams that finished that made the tournament in the SEC. They finished 11th in the SEC this year. And I feel like everybody's going to look and be like, oh, Gonzaga is an 8 seed. I think a lot of people think Gonzaga can knock off Houston in this spot here. And I'm going to say not so fast, my friends. I got 7 last night with the Bulldogs. I got UGA plus a 7 here in this spot. I got plus 260 for a half unit as well. So I am on the UGA. I'm on Georgia there for this one. Sick 'em Bulldogs. By the way, lock of this game is Bulldogs money line.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bulldogs, obviously. But no, I'm going to be in all seriousness. I have Gonzaga going to the Elite Eight. This is a Gonzaga team that, even though they're not having the best of years, Nick, pull up KenPom. Where are they ranked?
Pretty high.
Here, I'll pull up Massey real quick. Gonzaga's ranked 7th in the power rankings. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it wrong. And I feel very similar with them. And then down 2 spots in the power rankings on Massey is UConn at 9. Those are 2 teams I could realistically see upsetting a 1 seed. Also, Arizona's 8th in Massey's rankings. So there you go. Those are, although my champion I have is at 14th in the power rankings, but it is what it is there.
Who's your champion?
St. John's. But those 3 teams I could see making deep runs. Now, Gonzaga would have to go up against Houston, and boy, would that be a great game. I will say I am a little bit concerned about Gonzaga covering 6.5. Because I feel like this game's going to go one of 2 ways. I do not see Georgia winning this game. I see Gonzaga winning by 1 or 2 or 20. I don't really see it in between. This game's going to be close at halftime or over at halftime, and there's not going to be an in-between.
It's not going to be like a 6-point game or something like that?
It's not going to be like a 6 to 8-point game at halftime. It's going to be a 2-point game at halftime, or it's going to be a 14, 15, 16-point game at halftime, and this game will end as a 25-point blowout like Gonzaga did last year to their first-round matchup, which was McNeese State.
Which they were a 5 seed last year.
Correct.
Like, it's a little bit different of a matchup, but yes, I understand what you're getting at there.
Yes. I'm all over Gonzaga. Gonzaga is one of my favorite futures. So there you go.
I don't have futures on UGA here. I just have them in the first round to pull off an upset.
Did my dad, Steve Earle, join? Not your dad, but I don't know if he did. I sent him the link. I'm gonna join the bracket contest. Copy and send it back to him. Tell him that pop-up sent to. Anyways, because I know he's not working right now, so Georgia plus 6.5. I'm big on Zaga, so you know where I'm at. 446 is killing me. I don't know. Sabres like to win when everyone counts them out. They do.
See, I don't know if people are counting them out this game because everybody just saw what Utah did last game. It was an embarrassing 7-1 loss. Like that's the team I want to back in their next game, especially in a playoff race. We'll talk about it.
He needs a 60-second break. Earle, can't believe I'm doing a Blues Devils 2-teamer.
Ooh, yeah.
There you go. Favorite college basketball play today?
VCU.
Oh, Dad's trying to call me. Here, go through the chat. I'm going to talk to him real quick because I know he's probably going to ask me that. Yo.
Here we go. Let's continue on. Tim, any thoughts on totals? I don't know if you looked at totals. I don't think you did. Rangers money line lean. Expect a Leafs letdown potentially. Joining right now. Awesome. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. We need more people with the ESB logo next to their name. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. One of my favorites is Georgia. Also, I saw Georgia beat Auburn. They played the best league Gonzaga week. Yeah, Gonzaga a little bit. Yeah, I'm on the same page there. I got Georgia. I got it plus 260 last night. Oh wait, they lost to Auburn. Okay. I'm sure. I'll be out by day 2. Yeah, I mean, it's just for fun though. And then of course you're saying. Well, we'll move on here. We'll continue on. The Tennessee Volunteers taking on the Wofford Terriers in this next one here. Tennessee 18.5-point favorites, total of 133 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this game here, where we have the Vols opening up at 19. It's down to an 18.5. So we do have a slight move towards Wofford in this game, which is interesting. There was a slight move towards Tennessee when I bet it yesterday. Line opened up 133.5, still 133.5. We have 39% tickets, 64% of cash on the Vols in this game. The line's not really moving too much. It's moved a little bit towards Wofford, but nothing crazy. 82% of tickets, 82% of the cash on the over here as well. Tennessee, they lost in, I believe, the semifinal against Florida there in the SEC tournament, 86-77. On the flip side, Wofford, they finished 6th in the Southern Conference and end up running through and beating ETSU, VMI, and Furman in order to punch their ticket to the dance. They finished 19-15 this year. Tennessee 27-7. I have Tennessee going very far. I have the Vols losing in the Final Four to Duke in my bracket, and I do have futures on Tennessee as well. I have Tennessee regional at plus 390, and I added to my Duke plus 360. I added Michigan State, and I added Tennessee. Tennessee at 22-1, Michigan State at 33-1. We'll talk about Sparty Party tomorrow. But I am very, very high on this Tennessee team. I got them to win their regional at 390. Their price for the Elite Eight, I don't think was good enough for me to bet. And same with the Sweet 16, obviously, as well. I'm very high on Tennessee. I think they make a little bit of a run this year. I laid the 18.5 with them in this game over Wofford. Nick copied my pick. I bet it yesterday. I bet it yesterday. I bet it yesterday. Made my pick. Filled out my bracket yesterday. So I couldn't have copied your pick. That is 25 cents worse than the line I got. At all. So no.
What do you do? What's going on?
I copied his Georgia pick. Apparently, one that I bet yesterday. Before anybody. Yeah. Michigan money line, Drake points. I am on Michigan. I'm on Mizzou, though. I tried to join the contest, and it says I have been rejected because I've been banned. That is bullshit.
Yeah, no, you're an idiot. We can't ban you from the ESPN thing.
No, this is not. Yeah, we have no access to that. Did you type in the password correctly? It's ESB.
Dude,
I know it's 3
Hold
letters.
on. If you click the link that's in the chat, you don't have to. If you click the link that's in the description, it sends you right to it. All you got to do is press join contest. A monkey could do it. And you call yourself a genius and you can't figure it out. Move on.
Yeah, we have 22 people now in the contest. McGinnis. Is that Andrew McGinnis potentially there? That was the new one, the newest one there. Interesting. But yeah, your joke are old and dry. They very are because they generally jokes do get that way when you repeat them 427 times. My thing's not clicking. Are you able to click?
UNC is a great pick. I like UNC to the Sweet 16.
I like UNC to win tomorrow, and that's it.
I have them beating Iowa State, and I have them I have them beating Ole Miss, and I have them beating Lipscomb. Tennessee has trouble shooting. Houston will smother them. If Houston makes it there, that'll be me. Oh, that's McGinnis.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Nick, here we go. We're not singing Kumbaya anymore.
Nope. We have Bacon Bits taking on Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Bacon Bits? No, they're nice pork sausages.
Either way, they're getting roasted today. Let's get into it. Kansas and Arkansas. The battle of the better Kansas. We have this game being played in that one is the Amica one. This is up in Providence, Rhode Island. So definitely pretty far from these two teams. But we know Kansas travels well. And so does the SEC a little bit.
SEC travels. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Line opened up at a 4.5. It's now a 5 for Rock Chalk Jayhawk. So we do have a half-point line movement towards KU. Line opened up at 145. It's now 145.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. 69% of tickets, 71% of the cash is on Arkansas. And the line's moving towards Rock Chalk Jayhawk. So we do have the market liking Kansas in this spot and not worried about anybody's Arkansas money. Let's take a look at what these two teams done. The Arkansas Razorbacks finished 9th in the SEC. They finished with a 20-13 record. Kansas finished 6th in the Big 12, 21-12. A little bit of a down year for Kansas. They lost their last game 88-77 against Arizona. They did beat UCF in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, though, 98-94. Arkansas, they lost their second game of the tournament. They beat South Carolina, which was one of the two teams that did not make it out of the SEC. And then they lost to Ole Miss in the second round there. For me in this spot, let's take a look at what the rankings are, the projections are for this game as well, which this game is a 4.5. I got in at 4.5 with Kansas. I got 4.5 minus 115. And let's talk a little futures as well, because I am invested in this Kansas Jayhawks team. I have them to reach the Sweet 16 plus 240. I have them to reach the Elite 8 at 8-1. I have them to win the regional at 19-1. Because I have them making the Elite 8. I have them making the Elite 8, and if I have them going that far, 19-1 money line against Florida. If my predictions go 100% right in the bracket, 19-1 against Florida, I'll take that shot.
Or 19-1 against UConn,
or against UConn,
or Memphis,
or Colorado State or Maryland, or one of those teams. Yes. But yes, I am on Rock Chalk Jayhawk. I'm invested in the Kansas Jayhawks this tournament. I'm
not. I'm going to stick with Calipari and his success in March Madness.
His success of losing in the first round the last couple years.
Yeah, that's with Kentucky, who's a known choker. No, come on, Kentucky's a known choker.
Give me Bill Self over Calipari any day of the week.
Yeah, but I will say this Arkansas team looks good going into it. I don't know what we're going to get at Kansas. This is a Kansas team that's having a really down year.
Oh, yeah, Arkansas looks great. They knocked off South Carolina in the first round of the bracket before losing to Ole Miss. They look great.
Yeah, but playing in the SEC, they're good.
One of the only SEC schools to miss the tournament, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Sorry, keep going.
You suck. I'm on Arkansas on this one. I got them plus the points. Hey, if you're going Rock Chalk, this is gonna be. I mean, it's one of your close matchups. It's a 7-10 for a reason. Could Kansas be one of those teams similar to Gonzaga and UConn? Sure. One of those big name teams that had a bad year. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm gonna roll with Arkansas.
Fair.
Timmy flip-flopped all his picks in one day. No, I did not. I flipped three of them. I switched off of UC San Diego. I switched off of Yale. And I switched off of McNeese State. Yeah. Kansas.
And UC San
Give me
Diego.
Calipari. No. Don't say lock. Please don't say lock. There you go, Nick. You win. I lose. Fade Coyote pick. I really want an ESB baseball contest. I think we could be down for an ESB baseball contest. MLB contest where we do like up to 3 plays a day. Or sorry, 1 play a day. ESB contest. See who does the best. No parlays.
No parlays, just 1 play per day.
Yeah. I think I submitted it right. Haven't done this in years. You should be good. What's your name on here? We've got 23 people in. Joe McGinnis. Yeah, right? Yeah, we got you. You're good. Well, we can see that you put one in. We can't see your bracket until it closes. Trying to find where Tate, Alex, Addison, I don't see Dad's bracket in here.
Unless his is just a generic ESPN one.
Well, no, it would say his name on the bottom.
Okay.
Can't trust Kansas. They played like shit at the end of the season. Yes. We'll see. We'll see. I think 1 play. Take your best bet and go.
What's your best bet of the day? Which for Mr. Numbers will be anybody who plays the Nets.
McGinnis. Yep. No, I see that you entered the contest. You're good. Let's roll on to this one because this is another one of those games that when we mentioned it, I switched off of this one.
Yeah, we have the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the Yale Bulldogs. This is one I did as well. Let's take a look at this game because once you cap this game, you realize I realized that stylistically this is not a good matchup here for the Bulldogs. Even though we all know the Bulldogs did pull off an upset last year against Auburn.
Yep.
I don't see that happening again here. We're in Ball Arena here in Denver, Colorado, a little bit closer for Texas A&M, but I mean, still a little bit of a travel there. Line opened up at an 8 down to a 7.5. So we do have actually a slight line movement here towards Yale. Let's take a look at the cash flow, or not the cash flow. The total opened up 140. It's now 139. So move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 70% of the tickets and 66% of the cash. It just changed. 74 and 72 on Yale. So public loves Yale in this spot. 91% of the tickets, 88% of the 8% of the cash on the over here as well. Yale, the winner of the Ivy League. I believe they knocked off Princeton and Cornell in the Ivy League tournament before in order to punch their ticket here. Texas A&M. I'm trying to get up the matchup here. What did they do in their last game? They
lost to Texas.
They lost to Texas in their last game, their first game of the tournament. So they were 1 and done in the SEC tournament. So a nice rested A&M team who finished 22-10 this year, 5th in the SEC. Yale 22-7, first in the Ivy League. I am on A&M laying the points in this game. Public loves Yale in this spot. I am not buying Yale here in this game, so I am on A&M at -7.5 in this one. I'll be right back.
Yale is one of those public dogs that everybody loves. Unfortunately, hey, I've been high on this. I love Yale all year. Yale has made us a bunch of money. We bet them a lot. Trust me, I've done really well betting on Yale this year. It's unfortunate that I have to actually go against them here. I'm on it, Texas A&M. Yale is just one of those teams that is just very, very public, and I hate it. I hate it because I really wanted to take Yale in this one for the upset, and I can't. I grabbed the Texas A&M. I grabbed them minus the points. So I'm gonna roll with the Aggies here in this one. No chat. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on. Sorry. Here's another one. I will say, this was not one of the ones I flipped. I was already on a certain team beforehand. Drake and Missouri. Missouri is a 6.5-point favorite. 133 is the total. And Drake coming out of the Missouri Valley Conference, they went 30-3. They looked fantastic this year. They were 17-14 against the spread. They were 12-19 towards the under. Mizzou was just another SEC school. They're 22-11, 18-15 against the spread, 20-13 towards the over. I'll go with mine, Nick. Ready? I'm taking Mizzou. And I think Mizzou. I think I had them losing the second round, but this is another team. Drake is another very public. Yeah, because I have Mizzou losing to Texas Tech. Drake is another one of those very, very public. Everybody wants to pick them. I will say this game the most reminds me of that Duke Earle game 2 years ago, because I believe Earle was like a 5.5, 6 point dog against Duke, and Duke blew him out. I could easily see Mizzou going and winning this game by 20 points. I think this one could be a blowout. I'm on Mizzou in this one, and I picked it. I did not have to flip this one.
Not only am I on Mizzou in this game, I think Mizzou makes a run. Let's get into it. This line did open up to 6.5. It's down to a 7, or down to a 6. So we do have a move towards Drake, but when we get into the cash flow, you'll understand why. And then for the total, it opened up 133.5 down to a 133. So move towards the under here as well. 70% of the tickets and 68% of cash on Drake in this game. Public loves Drake in this game. And why not? They're 30-3 this year. They finished first in the Missouri Valley Conference. They ran through that conference really. Not really close in any of their games. A 17-point win over SIU, a 7-point win over Belmont, and a 15-point win over Bradley to punch their ticket to the dance. Mizzou, they're coming in off of a SEC tournament. They beat Mississippi State, but then they fell to Florida. Not a bad loss. Florida, the eventual SEC tournament champions. And a 1 seed. So not a bad loss for them there. I think that Mizzou has the makings to make the Sweet 16 this year. I think they fall the Rock Chalk Jayhawk in the Sweet 16. But yeah, I'm on Mizzou -6 in this game. Also, I believe our projections have value on Mizzou as well, if I remember right. We have this game at around a 6. But for me, I'm on Mizzou -6 in this game. I got them at that number. I got Missouri to make the Sweet 16 at +250. And Missouri to make the Elite Eight at 6-1, because I'm just hoping that the matchup in the Sweet 16 will be Kansas, Missouri, and I'll either have 6-1 on either or, and be hopefully sitting pretty there. So yes, I am on Missouri big time in this one.
Yeah, Aggies was so Drake +6.5. Drake money line. Nope. Tim loved Yale. Now he flip-flopped. Yes, I did love Yale. And then I don't love a team when I see everybody saying that they're a possible upset pick. I can't. So never saw 1 minute of Drake. I was not on Drake. Good morning, Sam. How are you guys? What's up, Brad? 446. Trust bet Drake today. Drake spread. Not on Drake, but good luck to you. This one I like, Nick.
UCLA Bruins and the Utah State Aggies. We have the Bruins 5.5-point favorites with a total of 144 in this game. Taking a look at the not the cash flow, but the line history in this game here. If I can find it, where is UCLA? There's UCLA here. This one is in Rupp Arena, which is in Louisville. Or no, it's in Lexington. Line opened up at a 4.5. It's now 5.5. So we have a 1-point line movement towards the Bruins. Line opened up 143.5. It's now 144. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 63% of the tickets and 62% of the cash on Utah State. And the line's moving towards UCLA with only 37% of the tickets and 48% of the cash on them in this game. Let's take a look at what these two teams did this year. The UCLA Bruins, and I believe their first year in the Big Ten, finished 22-10, fourth in the conference. On the flip side, Utah State, they finished third in the Mountain West, 26-7. Mountain West has had a really poor showing in tournament time, by the way, as well as something to keep in mind. I do like Colorado State, but that track history does worry me for Mountain West teams.
Yep.
Including this one here. I'm on UCLA. I got 5.5 with them, or I laid 5.5 with them in this game. Our projections don't have any value on this game, really. But I'm on the Bruins in this spot to get the win over the Aggies. It's just one of those. The line's moving towards them with the sharp money coming in on UCLA. The bad track history of Mountain West. Even though I'm going to fade the bad history, or I'm going to back the bad history with Colorado State tomorrow over Memphis. I'm against it here today. I'm on UCLA here.
Good luck. I'm on the opposite side. I like Utah State in this one. This is one of my dogs that I like. And it's not really a dog that everybody's kind of hyping up. And those are the dogs that I want to bet the most. It's the ones that nobody's looking at. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather go after somebody that no one's talking about rather than what everybody's on. So I'm gonna go and run with Utah State here. I think they're just going underappreciated, undernoticed, and I think Utah State will probably end up being the last Mountain West team remaining. Because I'm not believing.
I'm flipped on that. I think Colorado State is.
I know you do. NHL time.
Almost. We have
not quite yet. Tim Garcia hurt.
3. We have 3.
UCLA minus 5.5. I like both Aggies winning today. I do not care about meta. If you don't care about us enough to join a free contest, then I don't care about your meta. Read something that you bet all the underdogs first round. You end up profitable by the end of the first round.
I think the chaos goes down in the second round.
By the way, first game starts in half an hour.
Yeah.
Can't bet against Bill Walton. Give me UCLA.
Which reminds me, let me post up my futures on Louisville. Here.
Let's go to the next one, Nick. We got 3 more college basketball games, and then we'll probably be able to sweat a little bit of that Creighton game during the hockey set portion.
Yes, we have Nebraska Omaha taking on St. John's. 18.5 is the spread, total of 147.5 in this game. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as high on St. John's as a lot of people are, but I don't know. I don't really think they go on a crazy run here. The Red Storm. Let's take a look at what the line history is in this spot. This one is in Amica Mutual Pavilion, which is in Providence, Rhode Island. So that's a pseudo home game for St. John's. Line open up 8.5, still an 18.5, still an 18.5. Line open up 147.5. It's now 148.5. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the line history in this game here, we do have 59% of tickets and 55% of the cash is on Omaha. So, and on the lines move slightly towards them. 75% of tickets, 65% of cash on the over in this one as well. What was it? Oh, wow. You know, I may have messed up on this one.
Why?
Here. Because when we typed this in, we typed in St. John's as 28.5 point favorites. And we have St. John's as 22.5. And I misread the spreadsheet and bet Omaha. But yeah, I guess I made the bet. I live with the consequences. I think St. John's does make it past this round. But I do have plus 19.5 with Omaha. And a tenth of a unit on 15-1. If St. John's does lose this game, I'll lose one game in my bracket, and that's it, because I think Kansas knocks off St. John's after this. So for me, I'm on Omaha in this one here at 19.5.
Oh, well, yeah, we read the spreadsheet wrong, and now we got the wrong number. It is what it is. I'm not overly concerned about it. It's one game. And I don't think it's one that's in the package, so we're good. But this is a St. John's team that I have winning it all. So I know we're against each other on that one. You don't like St. John's to make a deep run. I have them going to the championship.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with the Johnnies. Although I'm on Omaha in this game. I'm on Omaha plus, what was it, 18.5 in this game? 19.5. We got 19.5. It's down to 18.5. At least the line's moving in the right direction. I'm rolling with the Johnny Omaha in this one.
Okay.
Love the Johnnies. Yes. Higgy says take Omaha plus 11.5 if people trust the legend Higgs. Hey, we're on Omaha, so Omaha. Hello, my bracket. So chalk last minute patchwork stuff, I think. All right. This would be big seed to lose in the first round. I hope not. Had 3 number 1 seeds in the final 4.
I have 2.
I have none. Give me the Manning's favorite word, Omaha. St. John's played in the worst league. Tim's on drugs saying they win it all. The Big East is the worst league?
I feel like they had a down year, but they're not the worst league.
I don't know. There's
the
plenty
SWAC
of little
exists.
conferences.
The Northeastern Conference exists.
Colorado money line. The Buffaloes are not in the bracket. I know he's talking Avalanche. All right, Nick. We got 2 games left. And no, this one, I did a free pick video on it last night, and people love this game.
Oh, yeah, they do. We have the UC San Diego Tritons making their college basketball March Madness debut. It's obviously the first year they're eligible as well. They finished 30-4, number 1 in the Big West Conference. They won the Big West Conference tournament as well over UC Irvine. They beat UC Santa Barbara as well in that tournament. Michigan, the Big Ten champions here with wins over Purdue, Maryland, and Wisconsin. I think the momentum continues here for them. Wolverines, go blue here. Here for me. I got the Wolverines at minus 135 on the money line. I would lay the 2.5 rather than laying $1.45. But I'm very high on this Michigan team. And I know a lot of people love this UC San Diego team.
Yep.
And this is one of those games where I before I sat down and filled out the bracket, I kind of I feel like this was the game that I spotted that was going to be, the public was going to be on this side or whatever. Line opened up around 2.5. It's down to a 2. So we do have a move towards the Tritons in this one here. And actually, it's now 59% of tickets and 63% of cash on Michigan. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised there. But I am big on Michigan during this tournament. I got Michigan today, minus 135. I got them to make the Sweet 16 at plus 215, the Elite 8 at 10-1, and sprinkle 22-1 to win the regional as well. Because I do have them making the Elite 8. And then if they make it that far, 22-1 is a shot I had to take for them to win the regional there. They're one of my 6 regional picks. Those 6 regional futures I have. I know there's only 4, but I have Michigan State from one. I have Florida and Kansas from another.
Sure.
So kind of just trying to set myself up for some success if I got the finals, the Elite 8 matchups right, potentially with the Michigan State and a Kansas and Florida. I did not do that for the Duke Regional because I have Alabama. I was thinking maybe VCU wasn't one I was going to do, and then Houston doesn't really pay out well enough with me having Tennessee on the opposite side there. So for me, yeah, I'm on Michigan here. I think Michigan makes a run.
This is another one that I flipped because originally I had UC San Diego winning, making it to the Sweet 16 after beating Yale. Now I have Michigan over A&M. And I went from upset galore to chalk. And I normally don't do that, but when UC San Diego is the most popular dog, and I don't think it's particularly close to that. They are the most popular underdog upset pick in the bracket. I think this one's gonna, and this is another one that everybody's gonna be having them in their parlays. As that one slight dog to boost up their parlay a little bit at the end of the night. I think Michigan kills a lot of parlays today too.
Yeah.
Although I know you're going to say the next game's a parlay killer, but
I like the next game.
Calgary money line, and yes, I figured out that that's Calgary, NHL. Michigan, yes. Trident men's better not disappoint like their women's did last night. Wolverines' magic has come to an end. No one's talking about High Point. I disagree. Everybody's on High Point. I see High Point as a very, very popular one. But that's just me, I guess. All right, Nick. I know this is a team that I personally have Texas Tech going to the Sweet 16. So,
yeah, this is the last game of the night, though. How about the last game of the night slaughter game here? We have the UNC Wilmington Seahawks taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. This line opened up around, I want to say 16 and a half. Let me click here. Now we're starting to see 14 and a half. Line opened up at a 16 and a half, down to a 15 and a half, and now down to a 14 and a half. We have moved towards these sea chickens of UNC Wilmington. Line opened up at a 144, down to a 143. We have 46% tickets, 65% of cash is on Texas Tech, and the line's moving against them in this spot here. And I believe this is one where I think I may have gone against the spreadsheet a little bit. Yeah, it's a slight edge towards Texas Tech, but this is my big upset of the day. UNC Wilmington beats Texas Tech.
Ooh.
This is my big, and this opens up the Wilmington knocking off Texas Tech opens up that bottom of the bracket
for the Johnnies.
For Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, and Mizzou.
You suck.
The UNC Wilmington Seahawks finished 27-7 this year, second in the Colonial Athletic Association. And Texas Tech finished second in the Big 12, 25-8. Texas Tech coming in off of that 86-80 loss against the Arizona Wildcats. On the flip side, UNC Wilmington, they won their conference. They knocked off Hampton, College of Charleston, and then Delaware, trying to make a miracle run through the CAA at the end there. I took plus 15, and I got plus 950. This is my upset of the day.
Oof.
This feels like a couple years ago when I cashed with, I want to say it was Abilene Christian over Texas.
I remember that one. I could see UNCW covering, although once again, this has a very similar feel to the Gonzaga game. I know it sounds crazy, but give me a minute. This game's either going to be a 3-point or 4-point Texas Tech win, or they're going to win by 25 plus. I don't really think there's an in-between. I don't see UNC Wilmington winning this game. I know you said that's possible an upset pick. I don't see it. But you never know. It's March. Anything can happen. You know that a 1 or 2 or a 3 is going down in the first round. At least one, if not multiple. I feel like if there's going to be a 1, 2, or 3 seed that goes down in the first round, I think the most likely one is Iowa State. But I look at this. UNCW could keep this one close, but I want to see how the day goes. If there's a lot of chalk during the day, UNCW could make my card. If there's a lot of dogs, Texas Tech could make my card. If it's neutral, then I'm not interested in this game in general. But I feel like this one will be heavily dictated on the rest of the day.
Also, I have a ticket on Wilmington that has the biggest plus price tag next to it about all my futures. Only a tenth of a unit. 43-1 for them to make the Sweet 16.
Dear God, Nick.
Because I think they go up against Mizzou.
Dear God.
And why not them beat Mizzou for 43-1?
Road Dog in the NHL looking nice.
Calgary? Oh, yeah. They play New Jersey. I need to take a look at that game.
I like that name, High Point. You know, High Point's a very, very religious school. Drop tone. Okay. Seahawks. No one's thinking about Michigan playing in Denver with thin air. Remember I said that. They're playing San Diego, which is also not used to playing in thin air, so I don't think it matters. So I have Texas Tech advancing.
Yeah, feels like an easy pick, right?
Okay. Patty Holmes played at Texas Tech. I'll lay the 14.5. He played football at Texas Tech, but okay. It's fun logic. Ludwig played golf at Texas Tech.
Who?
Ludwig? I don't know who that is. ISU, St. John's, Kentucky, Maryland, Purdue, Moneyline Parlay. Call me crazy. I think Iowa State loses. ISU falls into the 23-0 straight up since 2014 trend of opponents coming off of a 10-plus day of rest. 7-point dog are winless in 10-plus years. Wow. Interesting. Who is 44630?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the way you have to pick games. No, brilliant. No. If it's brilliant logic or whatever, how about you enter yourself in the damn thing? You've got 14 minutes. Enter yourself in. It doesn't take that much. Still don't see Dad's bracket in here, but okay. Genius name. No. I don't even know what the name's of. All right, Nick. It's hockey time.
Yeah. We are an hour and a half in. Let's get started with this 14-game card. New Jersey Devils, Calgary Flames. Devils minus 170 favorites, total 5.5 in this game. Right off the rip, I think this is an interesting spot here for the Flames. They're coming in off of a very solid win against the Rangers, but they're in the mix of a playoff race, and kind of so are the Devils. The Devils are coming in off of a 2-1 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're playing some good hockey as of late. On the flip side, Calgary Flames, they're coming in, snapping their 3-game winning streak with a 2-1 win over the New York Rangers, where the Rangers got a whopping 13 shots on goal. They were outshot 35-13, the Rangers in that game. And Calgary, this is their 3rd game of a road trip. They will conclude it in New York on Long Island on the 22nd against the Islanders. And for me, this is... I don't know if I would declare the Flames a bad team, but this feels like a team that the Devils should take care of business against. So I do lean towards the Devils on the -1 line, but not a game I'm going to get my card started with. Yes, it is a big card in the NHL today. No, I'm not going to force action in the NHL though.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not going to be looking deep into the NHL today. There is way too much college basketball going on. I'm not even looking at NBA today. That's how much I'm interested in college basketball. Which one? This one's Devils. Yeah, Devils. There's no point in me going after it. I feel like it's Calgary or nothing. Taking a big dog. But I feel like there has to be a real reason for me to want to jump on a team today.
Sure.
And honestly, I don't really see a reason to jump on anybody today. So unless I have something, then I'll say more. I'll be more of a host for this part, Nick.
Fair.
Who is Joe Kryptonite? He's one of our loyal subscribers. Am I in? Yes, you're canon. I see you. Joe Mother Ducking Kryptonite. He's a legend. You know why he's a legend? See that right next to his name? That means he's a member of the channel. Legend right there. Absolute legend. Sharon Govich.
Yeah, former Devil.
Homie knows. Kadri. Anytime goal. Guys, there's 13 minutes left. Well, 11 now, but 13 when I posted this. To join the bracket challenge, get in there. Jesper Bratt plus 225 to score a goal. Goodbye 446. I'm a little annoyed you didn't actually join the contest. I'm actually quite annoyed with that, but see ya. Lightning money line. Flames. I look Flames. If anything, Flames are going to come out hungry. They have to win and make a playoffs, to win games to make playoffs if they want. And Dustin Wolf is really good. Here you go. Yeah, just betting college basketball today. Me too. Colorado. I don't buy the Jayhawks or Jays. This year took Louisville and Arkansas. I'm on Arkansas. I'm not on Louisville. I'm going to put you in timeout.
Who?
446.
Okay.
Uh-oh, my chat's gone. Okay, it's back. Yeah, right. 446 probably knows he'll be exposed straight up. For real. He's just scared to join. And because he didn't join, I decided I'm not going to deal with him today. All right, Nick. I'm going to introduce the games to you now. Toronto Maple Leafs are taking on the New York Rangers. The Rangers are 130 favorites in this one. 5.5 total. Fire away.
You would think the Rangers have to show up in this game, right? They're coming in off of a performance that was absolutely pitiful in their last game. A desperate New York Rangers team put up 13 shots on goal in their last game. Yeah. They lose 2-1 to the Calgary Flames in that last game. And this has to be Rangers or no bet, right? We have the Toronto Maple Leafs on a second half of back-to-back, a third game in 4 nights with a very satisfying win over Colorado last game, 2-1. And then they will head to Nashville after this game. This feels like a plug your nose and cover your eyes and bet the Rangers in this game. And that's where I'm going in this spot here. I expect some type of response out of the New York Rangers after that. And when you look at when we look at this this Maple Leafs team, it's a tough spot for them as well. I like fading the team, especially when they have to travel, because they have to cross the border, head to MSG in order to come for this game. After a very satisfying win last night, minus 125. I'm on the Rangers in this game, reluctantly, but I'm on New York in this spot. They have to show up after that embarrassing effort last game.
There you go. Leafs. I know Nick's against you. Oh, my computer's frozen again. There we go. Over in this game. You would kind of think that the Rangers would have to do something, right? Toronto's better. Draw heavy, lean under again. Draw heavy.
Yeah, lean. Heavy draw lean. That's really, I think, what he meant to say.
Yeah, I gotcha. Austin Matthews, anytime goal. Nylander, anytime goal. If I take the Rangers, it would have to be in regulation. I could easily see this one going to overtime, though. All right, Nick. Florida Panthers are monster 185 favorites with a total of 6 against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Go ahead, fire away. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, I'm going to bet this one too. And this is pretty simple for me. Is I'm going to go back to the gift that keeps on giving. And that is fading the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're losers of 4 in a row, 6 of 7. I called their regression coming from a mile away. They've hit a wall, and they've scored a whopping 1 goal in their last 3 games. Granted, they've had a couple days off, and they will go up against a Florida Panthers team that's also had a few days off. Their last game, they were last seen losing to the New York Islanders, and again, they led 2-0 at the end of the second period. They kind of just ran out of gas. It was the third game in 4 nights, the second half of a back-to-back for them, for the Florida Panthers, so it wasn't a good spot for them. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And now we have a pissed off Panthers team coming in against a Blue Jackets team that just can't do anything right now. It's 185 and 140. I'm going to punch in to see what the -1 line is going to be for the Florida Panthers. I'm going to be on Florida in this spot here.
There you go. Sorry that I'm going to be boring, but I'll be honest. I didn't even look at hockey today. So
114, -114, -1 for Florida.
Over the top. Columbus, first period. Florida, full game, and the over. Reinhart, assist. Over 5.5 juiced. You paid it. Okay, that's fine. All right, Nick. How about this one? It's a pick 'em, basically. -115 favorites for the road team in the Colorado Avalanche. They're against the Ottawa Senators. Total of 6 in this one.
I understand the pick and price. We have the Ottawa Senators coming in off of a 6-3 loss against Montreal, which snapped their winning streak. And we have the Colorado Avalanche on the second half of a back-to-back and traveling. Granted, they get to stay in the Providence of Ontario as they were in Toronto last night. And they had their 2-game winning streak snapped in that game against Toronto. Ottawa coming in, they had obviously their winning streak snapped 2 nights ago against Montreal. They came back home, though. They had yesterday off. This head-to-head matchup has been nothing but Colorado dominance. 5 in a row, 8 of the last 9 have gone the way of the Colorado Avalanche, and that would be the only way I look in this game. I don't like the situation 100% for Colorado here in this spot. I do like that they're off of a loss, and they outplayed the Leafs last night, 39-26 shots for them here. I would only look Colorado in this game, but these are two teams that I'd rather bet on than bet against right now. Pretty plain and simple. The Ottawa Senators, I think, could be live to beat the Panthers in the playoffs if they get that matchup. The way that this team is playing, if they can keep it going this last month and into the playoffs, then I think they're very live to win a playoff round or two. Granted, I do think Tampa Bay would beat them personally, but these are two teams I'd rather bet on than bet against right now.
Right on. I don't hate that. Nacious, anytime goal.
He's looked good with Colorado.
See Colorado at plus money.
It is? Where?
Batherson, anytime goal. Kachuk, anytime goal. Nichushkin, anytime goal. Weird seeing Dylan Cousins in the Suns jersey.
A little bit. He's looked good, though, with them.
Of course he does. All right, Nick. Two of your favorite teams, the Philadelphia Flyers, are heading to the nation's capital. The Capitals are minus 245 in this one, total of 5.5.
3 simple words. Fuck this game. You want me to lay minus 245 with Washington? That ain't gonna happen. You want me to take a shot with Philadelphia? That ain't gonna happen either. I think this Philadelphia Flyers team is bet against for nothing at this moment because this is a team that has just completely fallen off, and they've lost back-to-back games by a combined score of 7-0 against Carolina and Florida, or Carolina and Tampa Bay. You would think after getting dummied 5-0 against Carolina, they would bounce back in their next game and they get shut out again. But on the flip side, we have Washington coming in. They are so far and above winning the
East,
the Met and the East, that I was feeling we're going to have some really nice spots to fade them going forward, especially after they clinch a playoff spot.
Yep. I'm
not touching this game with a 10-foot pole, though.
I don't blame you. It's a big favorite. I feel like he's just messing with me with some of these names. Protoss?
Alexei Protoss, yep.
Anytime goal. Sam, we have some NBA tomorrow. I'll be honest, I'm not going to look at much at NBA this entire weekend, Markel. This weekend is March Madness weekend. I couldn't give two shits about the NBA this weekend. That's where I'm at. Best bet, NHL bet of the day, Colorado.
Ooh.
Colorado 12-3 straight up off road. Lost 4+ goals scored in 10 of those games. So Colorado even team total over. I like it, LJ. Have fun with Papapalooza this weekend.
Yeah, I wish I can go. 1 year I'm going to make it.
1 year we'll make it down there. Caps money line in my parlay. Caps puck line regulation team total. I will be at the game, so anytime goal for Ovechkin, Wilson, and Dubois. All right. I'm sorry, Markel. When it comes to right now, it's all about March Madness. I like that. There you go. Let's keep on rolling. The Montreal Canadiens are heading to the island to take on the Islanders. Islanders are minus 125, a total of 5.5. Big playoff implications on this one, Nick. Let me guess. Islanders?
This is a game to watch. I don't know if this is a game to bet, really. Draw. Right now,
do they really want to draw?
Montreal wouldn't mind it.
Montreal wouldn't mind a draw?
It would help hold off the Islanders. Or it would help, yeah. If they lose that game, it would only be a 1-point thing or whatever. I think this is an interesting spot here for the New York Islanders. They've won back-to-back games where they trailed 2-0 heading into the third period. And on the flip side, Montreal coming in off of a very nice win as well. Both these teams have a win against Florida in their last 2 games. And then the Montreal Canadiens knocked off Ottawa in that game there. Very interesting spot. Do I think the Islanders win? I kind of lean that direction if I had to take a shot with it because we've seen this before. The Islanders are left for dead. And this happened the last couple of years. They're left for dead, and then they go on a run to end the year, and they squeak into a playoff spot. If they squeak into this playoff spot, watch out for them against Washington because I've been saying for a while Washington falls in the first round. I can see the Islanders doing that, especially if Sorokin gets hot during that series. For me in this game, the Islanders are no bet most likely, but I can see a draw in this one as well. I just laying $1.30 on the Islanders is just not something I'm interested in doing at the moment.
I don't blame you. Nobody should want to lay that type of number on the Islanders. But there you go. Sorry, I was getting all the games tracked. Brackets officially started, so we're closed on the contest. So hopefully everybody got in to try to get to that T-shirt. How many people did we end up finishing with? 25 people joined. Let's look at who everybody's got. St. John's, Florida, Michigan State, Gonzaga, Alex Smith with Gonzaga, Florida, Duke, Michigan. Shout out to Destiny picking Michigan. Florida, Houston, Duke, Kentucky. Who does Joe have that it's a basketball? I think Joe picked UNC. Auburn, I think Kinesis picked UNC. Houston, Auburn, Florida, Houston, Duke, Auburn, Houston, Auburn. So a lot of 1 seeds in there. And some people picking some fun ones. I like it. There you go. That's a lot of chat. Habs. Nick, please, with this.
Slavkovsky.
Thank you. Because goddamn, why are we doing this? Is this kind of torture Tim Day that can't speak to begin with?
Yep.
Montreal first period. Islanders full game. Lane Hudson. I can get that one.
You know what
assist.
I think it is for McGinnis and Cassius?
What?
They didn't submit a bracket
Oh.
because their max points is 0.
Oh shit! You're serious?
Their max points are 0.
Oh no. That sucks. I thought the basketball. Oh wait, no, because it would show UNC. Never mind. Capitals third period money line is best bet going in right now. Wow, that's
Third period. Yeah, I've heard him talk about that one.
I'd rather live bet the Islanders when they fall behind early.
Yeah, I can definitely see a live bet on the Islanders.
It's starting now. Go Creighton. Let's go Creighton. Capitals are dominant third period team. There you go. Let's go Louisville. No.
Yes.
I think I got Kentucky. LOL. I picked Duke to win the national championship. Let's go. Gonna hear a lot of Duke. Good luck. I need that T-shirt. Louisville double digits today. No. I need it. LL, these names are fucking crazy. Yes, they are. It didn't submit. I guess not. I'm sorry. Airball. I'm not watching the game. I wish I was. UK, Kentucky. All right. Nick, we still got a bunch of games left.
Yes, we're an hour and 47 in. We got 8 games left. Let's keep going.
The Vancouver Canucks are in St. Louis. They're taking on the Blues. The Blues are minus 140 with a total of 5.5. Fire away.
This is a matchup I've been waiting for a little bit now. This is Blues minus 1 for me. It's just nothing on my computer loading right now. There we go. I'm just staring at a bunch of white screens. Just constantly loading. My capper tech isn't working. This is fun right now. As I'm trying to post up plays as well. But let's get into this one here. The St. Louis Blues are playing awesome hockey right now. And this is a team to definitely look out for going forward. They are on a 3-game winning streak. Granted, they've played Minnesota, Anaheim, and Nashville, but they're on a 3-game winning streak. Vancouver coming in off a very satisfying win, 6-2 over Winnipeg, to keep pace with the St. Louis Blues teams, which we're currently sitting 11-1 for them to make the playoffs. I got that a few weeks ago, and now they're currently tied with this Vancouver team. And I think this is the time that the St. Louis Blues take over the wild card spot. Blues minus 1 for me. I'm seeing 140 and 185 for the minus 1 line at plus 119.
Right on. More chat. Louisville looks kind of shook. I like when Blues are dogs for some reason. My favorite bet is the Blues. Oh, hate that. Kyrou, anytime goal. Easy name. Yes, I can get Kyrou. Thank you. I also took a sprinkle draw on the also draw sprinkled. I got you. Hard defense, love it. Man, I wish I was watching the game right now. Plus Suter 350. He's playing good. Neighbors and Holloway anytime goals. Eliza Pettersson for the assist. Thank you, Edmonton, for the gifts of Holloway and Broberg.
Yes.
Let's keep on rolling. This one's, can we say possible Stanley Cup matchup?
I'm not as high on the Stars as a lot of people are, but yeah, you can make the argument.
Lightning and the Stars.
The Stars have not looked as good with Mikko Rantanen. That's one thing I will say.
Stars are minus 115, 6-year total. Go ahead.
This is Lightning and our bet for me. I'm trying to get up the matchup, which of course my computer's taking 14 years to load, which is an absolute blast.
Sounds like it.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled with this. Dallas, they're back at home. They're off of a win against Anaheim, a very unimpressive win, to say the least, though. I believe it was a 4-3 win over the Ducks in their last game, which was in overtime as minus 340 favorites. On the flip side, Tampa Bay, they're coming in. It feels like it's been a minute since Tampa Bay has played. On the 17th, they're coming in off of that 2-0 win against the Flyers, part of their 2-game revenge tour on two teams that had previously beaten them within a week. This is Tampa Bay or no bet. You get a rested team, so it's going to be Vasi. And I saw DeSmith in net for the Stars. I'm going to take the Lightning here in this spot. I think they're the better overall team, and I'm not impressed for what I've seen from the Stars since they've gotten Rantanen, and I will fade them here. Give me even money on the Lightning.
All right. Currently, first commercial break, Creighton up 6-5. So what a barn burner so far. It's a joke. Sorry, where is Lightning money line? I believe. Yeah, you just said Lightning.
Yep.
Took the under. Braden Point. Kucherov. Anytime goal. No way the Stars get that winning streak snapped today.
No chance.
Rantanen anytime goal. Lightning, Calgary, Avs, puck line. Parley, sorry. Money lines. Robertson and Justin, anytime goal. Rope Hintz assist. Lots of player props. Anaheim Ducks and the Nashville Predators in a Tank Bowl. 165 favors are the Predators. 6 is your total in this one. Nick, go ahead.
No action here in this game. This was one of the easier passes on the card for me. I guess it's Nashville or no bet. This is a Ducks team I'm looking to fade, and they've played a lot of hockey as of late, and it feels like they've hit a wall a little bit. But on the flip side, do I really want to lay this type of number with Nashville? The answer is no. So I felt like this was a pretty simple pass for me in this game. Anaheim coming in off of that overtime loss against Dallas. They've played now 10 games. This will be their 11th game in 20 days.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned that.
A crazy schedule. They played on the 1st, 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 14th, 16th, 18th, 20th. And they'll play it. Then finally, they will get a couple days off for the first time since them playing on the 1st and the 4th. Then they'll get more than 2 days off. And then when they head home and play Carolina next. So finally, they'll get some rest after this game because damn, does Anaheim need it. And usually when the line moves like this, Nashville, when Nashville is this big of favorites, I've noticed they've had better success. And actually, the more and more I look at it, Nashville just lost to this Anaheim Ducks team 2-1 in Anaheim 6 days ago. Damn it, am I really going to be laying this price with the Nashville Predators? I'm stay off right now, but this is Nashville and no bet, and it would be a -1 line.
McTavish, anytime goal. Ducks money line or pass. Leo Carlson assist. Silly bet, national puck line, and over zigzag.
Yeah.
Zegras assists. They lost 2-1 to the Ducks a week ago.
Yes. I'm not going to be betting. I might pull the trigger on this.
Got here late. Work. I see y'all covered college basketball too. Hell of a show as always. Appreciate it, Stop Gio. Yeah, I'm still wondering why Nashville still has a head coach.
The same coach.
Yeah,
I'm wondering the same thing too.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm going to move on Nashville here.
Forsberg, anytime goal. All right, Nick, you got 5 more games in the NHL to talk about.
Yep. And I'm by the way, I'm adding Nashville -1, -110. I didn't think I was going to do it, and that's over on Bet365. The short-term revenge spot and me wanting to fade the Ducks is going to all add up to Nashville -1 here for me. But we'll move on. This one's not one I'm not going to get involved with here.
Wouldn't blame you. Kings are -250 road favorites in Chicago, taking on the Blackhawks. Go ahead.
Simple pass here. I don't trust the Blackhawks to do anything right now. This is a team that is looking forward to potentially another #1 overall pick. They had the #2 overall pick last year, the #1 overall pick the year before. They set up to this Connor Bedard guy. Chicago's now lost 5 in a row, including a 6-2 beatdown at home against the Seattle Kraken in their last game. On the flip side, the Kings are a team. They're coming in off of a 3-1 loss against the Wild, which snapped a 5-game winning streak for them. But this is a team that does not win easy. When they're big favorites, they struggle. So I guess it's Blackhawks or no bet at this number, but there's March Madness out there. You guys don't have to bet Kings and Blackhawks.
Right. Preds, the gift that keeps on giving. Blackhawks money line. Come on, Joe. Fading the Preds. Under Kings have no offense to speak of.
Yeah, I can see that.
One more Byfield anytime goal.
Why not?
Past Kings Hawks. Chicago first period. There you go. Nick, I know your intentions on this one, and the season's over anyway. Who cares?
Yes, this is the best bet on the card, and I don't know why I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet already, but I'm definitely going to. I just need to figure out what the price is going to be for this one. It looks like 175, 145 is the money line puck line here. The Utah Hockey Club are the best bet on the board today in the NHL, and potentially all of the whole slate, including March Madness.
No.
Yes, because people are ignoring hockey, and I think that this is an absolute smash spot. -112 is the odds for this game here over on Fanatics. I'm betting the Utah Hockey Club on the -1 line. And let's get into it. We have the Utah Hockey Club. They're coming in off of their last game, which was a 7-1 beatdown loss against the Edmonton Oilers. Keep in mind, Utah is still in the wild card race. And they're coming in off of a game where they were just utterly dominated from the puck drop, really, in this one. And on the flip side, we have the Buffalo Sabres coming in off of back-to-back overtime wins against Vegas and Boston. And now they they were in Boston, but now they hit the road to head all the way to Utah to start a 3-game road trip where they'll go from Utah to Minnesota to Winnipeg and play 3 games in 4 nights. Now they have off tomorrow before they head to Minnesota. But for me in this game, this is the best bet on the NHL card. It's the Utah Hockey Club on the -1 line to bounce back after that embarrassing effort. And I was also leaning potentially towards Utah first period puck line as well. But I'm just going to stick with the -1 line here in this one.
That's fine. Nick, if you're going to put it up on the site, you got to put the puck line up on the site so we get some big plus money. But either way, back to chat. Kings haven't covered a spread versus the Central Division in 8 straight games.
Wow.
Or 7 straight games. You confused me with the 8. 7 straight games. Gotcha. Hello, Mr. TNT Tage Thompson. Anytime goal. Easy to pronounce. Yes. I still need to get my Tage Thompson jersey. I don't know which colors I want, though. I got the goat head Tage Thompson jersey. Sabres on the road. Lost 8 out of the last 9 games. Sabres don't care anymore. Let's just be honest. Under, of course. Over, of course. Sabres first period. Utah team total over instead of the -1.5. Not a bad option either. 3 games left, Nick. By the way, currently Creighton, 12 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first. Creighton 16, Louisville 15. I like to give a little bit of score updates as we're going.
Yep.
But Oilers minus 120 against the Jets. Really good matchup here. Total is 6. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if you like to fade teams off of bad losses, or if you want to back teams off of bad losses and fade teams off great wins, this is the ultimate game for you. How about the dynamic of these two teams heading into this? The Winnipeg Jets had their 3-game winning streak snapped in their last game at home or on the road against Vancouver in a 6-2 loss. The Edmonton Oilers just mollywopped the Utah Hockey Club 7-1. So this is an easy Jets or no bet. If you want to go ahead and take that. This Edmonton Oilers team is starting to play better as of late. This is an Oilers team that's now won 3 in a row against the Islanders, the Rangers, and Utah. And on the flip side, we have Winnipeg, who are so far in front for the Central Division that here's the question is, though, do they care? Not do they care, but like, are they all hung up on we have to bounce back is the ultimate question. No. Good teams bounce back. I wish I would be on Winnipeg -1 in this game if they were playing a bad team. Easily. If this was Winnipeg in Nashville, or this is Winnipeg in Philadelphia or Columbus, this is Winnipeg -1 all day long for me. But it's not. So it's going to end up being a stay-off spot for me, but it's Jets or no bet.
I'm on with you, Nick. Kyle Connor assist. I'll take the Oilers and the under. Draisaitl anytime goal. McJesus anytime goal. Anytime goal. Draisaitl 7 goals last game. And his name wasn't on one of those. Oh, yeah, they scored 7 goals.
That's crazy.
Probably Comrie in net.
That's also will keep me off as well.
Did we talk about Casey DeSmith in that for the Dallas?
Yes, I did. I mentioned that as well, which made me like Tampa even more.
All right, Nick, 2 games left. The Vegas Golden Knights, my Stanley Cup pick, is monster favorites minus 270 with Boston coming to town. 5.5 is your total.
Yeah, I mean, this is Vegas or no bet. I want to continue to fade the Boston Bruins, but I haven't the last couple days. So that is something there. It's been a minute since I've faded the Boston Bruins, but minus 270 is not something I'm going to get involved with the Vegas Golden Knights because I don't think Vegas is a minus 270, minus 300 type of team, personally. Yes, they're going to win the Pacific Division, most likely, and they're going to have – they're most likely going to get someone like Minnesota in the first round, which – Minnesota-Vegas in the first round will be a fun matchup if they're healthy. You get Eric Snack back, you get Kaprizov back, you get Brodin back, you get a couple of your other guys back for that playoff series, and we're talking Minnesota live against Vegas as a wildcard team. I think a lot of these wildcard teams could be interesting this year. But is this a game I'm laying $3 with? No. This is a simple pass. I think both these last 2 games are passes for me.
There you go.
He's just on and in.
There you go. In net for the Preds. Love the over in Preds game even more. Vegas in regulation lean over 2. And Pasternak anytime goal. All right, Nick. Are you going to tell me that the Sharks are going to win this game for no reason?
Yeah, I think the Sharks can win this game for no reason. And how much fun would it be to sweat out the last 2 games of the night this way, Tim? Ready? San Jose, money line. UNCW, money line. The teal parlay of those 2 teams. Like 9-1 and then plus 280. Why not? I think the Sharks are starting. I forgot who the goalie is. It's making his debut for the San Jose Sharks. This feels like a game the Carolina Hurricanes lose for no good reason whatsoever.
I like that. God
damn it. Do I want to bet San Jose in this game? They're coming in off of a 5-1 loss against the Washington Capitals. You can probably get a plus 2.5 at a decent number for San Jose if you want to play it. If you want to play it safe, there. But
play it safe, Nick. Safe isn't in my vocabulary.
I said plus safe. Yeah. Plus 285 for the Sharks over on Bovada. That's the only way I can look in this game. Would be taking a shot towards San Jose in this game. And we'll see how my day's going. If my day's going good, I'm going to go for a bomb at the end of the night. with San Jose. But right now, it's a no play.
There you go. Wow, 2-hour show, Nick. Crazy. That asshole anytime goal shows picture. Mr. Eichel. Swim with the fish. Sharks Lego. Sharks. I like it. Sharks. But that is everything for today. We're going to go watch some March Madness and root for Creighton. I know you're on Louisville. GG's. All I know is the Canes are going to have the puck more than the Sharks. I mean, you would kind of hope that, right? But that is everything for today. Thank you for everybody who did join the bracket challenge. We have 25 people in there. 23 brackets. But we're excited, and hopefully everybody can do well. But we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.